Welcome to Muscle Mastery. My name is Coach Ty, and I help people learn the training and nutrition strategies that are going to help make reaching your goals simple. So that sounds like something you're looking for. You're in the right spot. Today on Muscle Mastery, we're going to be talking about meal timing and size. Once you figure out what you're putting into your body, how much you're eating, you've arranged your macronutrients to put you in a muscle gain phase. Now we want to determine how many meals you're having and the about timing of those meals to figure out what's going to work best for you. Before I even get started, I want to say that everyone's schedule is individual. Everyone follows their own routine. Me personally, I work from 1 p.m. till about 9 p.m. So I work out in the morning, and then the rest of my meals are going to be while I'm at work. Some of you might have different hours, so you're going to apply this to yourself. I like to break it down as the first meal of your day or breaking your fast. You've got that midday or pre-workout meal, and then you've got your post-workout or later in the day meal, and you can mix snacks in between. How many of those pre-workout meals you have, again, is determined by your schedule. If you're someone that wakes up a little bit earlier because you're going to work in the morning, your first meal breaking your fast might be a Greek yogurt or a protein shake where you might not be super hungry, but you've got to get some fuel in your body to get that metabolic process accelerated or to ramp up your metabolic rate. Once you have that first meal, you might have a second one. For me, after the shake, I'll go to the gym. And then after, when I get out of the gym, I'll have my Greek yogurt. So I'll have 2 or 3. And each of those Greek yogurts are about 15 grams of protein. So now I'm just slowly increasing the amount of protein that I'm having so that I can support the goals that I have for myself. Now, that first meal, breaking your fast, the macronutrients that we should be focused on is your proteins and your carbohydrates. Your proteins, again, if you didn't know, are the building blocks of muscle growth. Those essential amino acids inside of protein helps build up your muscles. Then those carbohydrates are going to act as your energy source. Carbs are not just to make you fat. Carbs are an essential energy source for your body. Most of your organs, including your brain, rely on carbohydrates so that you can avoid brain fog, fatigue, just overall tiredness. So make sure you're getting those carbs in. And the reason we focus on those two is because we want to replenish our bodies from sleeping overnight and give ourselves the energy for the day that we have ahead. Next is going to be our post-workout meal. Now this one should be focused around all 3 of our macronutrients. You're still going to have some healthy fats inside of that first meal of the day, but it's going to be significantly less because if you have too much fat before your workout, it's going to slow down the digestion process. And I don't know if you've ever had a Chipotle burrito before trying to work out. It's not a fun time. All right. So you want to keep those fats nice and low, but post-workout, now you want to include those back into your diet because of that same reason. You want your metabolism to be slowed down because of those healthy fats. You want it to take longer for that food to break down so that you can stay fuller for a longer amount of time. So that post-workout meal is a pretty balanced meal between our proteins, carbohydrates, and those healthy fats. That could be something like you're having steak and veggies or sausage and peppers. Maybe you're doing a chicken and rice type deal, and you can throw, some olive oil on top of your chicken. You can put veggies on that plate as well. And now you've got a nice complete meal. Then you've got your end of the day meal. This is right before you go to bed. And this is going to be personal preference. Some of you might want to have dinner, so it is going to be a more complete meal, but maybe you work out a little bit later and you're not trying to have a huge meal after the gym. What you would do then, we really want to focus in on those proteins, those carbohydrates, and those healthy fats. So we can repair our body if you worked out that day or just keep that muscle on you. You want those carbohydrates for the energy that it is going to provide you, as well as some recovery. And then those healthy fats are going to support your joints, your hormones, and slow down that digestion process. So that is going to be your last meal of the day, is continuing with those 3 essential macronutrients. Now, squad, you want to fill in the rest of your day with snacks. That might be, for some of you that are trying to put on a lot more muscle, it might be that you're having those Greek yogurts as a snack. It might be that you're having a protein shake when you get hungry, or when you feel like snacking on something. A protein shake or a protein snack is something that you are prioritizing. Whether you're building muscle or not, a snack that is higher in protein is going to be more valuable than something that is lower in protein. When it comes to snacks, I actually want you to check out this video right here that I posted earlier, explaining some of the snacks that I found inside of ShopRite. So what I found was this Milano and provolone. I don't know, dog. I think it's salami and provolone. I found these salami and provolone slices. You can eat the entire package for 30 grams of protein and only 340 calories. Then there's the Chobani shake. It's 30 grams of protein, only 230 calories, and 4 grams of fat. There's this one brand, they've got 20 grams of protein with only 6 grams of fat. That's a great protein bar to have in the house. Or Quest, a more popular brand, 21 grams of protein, 190 calories, and only 9 grams of fat. So there's plenty of options that you can find inside of your local grocery store, whether it's a protein bar or a non-protein snack. I didn't give a specific number, I just gave categories of meals, because you can have anywhere from 3 meals a day, 3 larger meals. You can have 4 little bit smaller meals. You might have a smaller meal in the beginning of the day and then slowly ramp it up. You might do the opposite. You might have a really big first meal and then crank it down from there. Every day might be different as well, but as long as we are making sure we're hitting our protein and you're hitting your calories, you're eating enough carbohydrates and healthy fats, you're more than likely to see success. So when it comes to the timing, in the beginning, I talked about everyone's schedule is a little bit different. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, squad. Your homework is going to be looking at your schedule and figuring out when you are plugging those meals in. If you're watching this video and you're like, oh, but Coach Ty, you don't get it. My schedule is super busy. Good. This homework is specifically for you to look at your schedule. Identify the cracks, especially if you're busy. Identify the cracks in your day, the gaps in your day where you can fill in a snack. Something as simple as having a full container of a fruit or a vegetable with you and just telling yourself, hey, I have the whole day to finish this container. Then you can apply it to your actual life. When you find those opportunities where you're not doing anything, reach over, take from your little snack container, right? Reach from your fruit or veggie container. You can even mix it up inside of there to get some variety. You might have some softer things, some crunchier things, some sweeter things, some saltier things. But these little tricks that you apply to your day are going to make it easier to stay on track. You know how many meals you should be eating because you've done the homework. So you know how many meals you should be eating. You know when you should be eating those meals. Now I want to talk about things that don't have to do with food. In the next nutrition video for Muscle Mastery, we're going to talk about supplements and hydration. Guys, I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, I would love to hear your takeaways down below in the chat or in the comments, wherever you're watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Remember, y'all, it's not hard. It's simply fitness.